All right, so we just established who is going to be on stream next. We're going to have Crucrux from France, Jaybug, Squeesfan, I believe from the UK, and bree12am from Ireland for our next 4. Yes, GG's again, Palm Tree. GG's, thanks so much for participating. I thought you had an excellent run. Really, everybody with a sub 25 in round 1, that's kind of wacky. It's actually really awesome. Crucrux, yeah, I'm saying Crucrux. I don't know if that's right. I feel like I'm saying that incorrectly. I'm not. Je ne suis pas français. All right, yeah, maybe we could do Crucrux as like a pet name or something. Yeah, I don't know. Crucrux. I'll just say crew. I'll say crew. I'll hedge my bets. We'll just do the one crew. Palm Tree Games sharing that just got a run that was 1 second off PB. That's really good. Oh, it's like Crux in English. Okay, I'm just gonna do crew. It's easier that way. All right, we are all set on this next 4 popping up. Should be seeing that soon. All right, ooh, the screens have gone black. We have these next runners coming up soon. Again, so now we're going to be seeing slightly lower seeds. So we're going to be seeing some faster play here from these next 4 runners. All coming in with a little bit more experience. Chani, also known for some Super Meat Boy Forever action, the recently dropped sequel that came out back in December. Chani is a very high-level random seed, and I believe set seed also runner for that game. bree12am, I believe she got a big time recently. I forget what the time was. I have to check leaderboards. What was Bree's time recently? Yeah, Bree got a 1929 recently, so she's been kind of popping off too during this tournament warm-up period. Right, I think most of these folks are just about ready to go now. Just gave Jankmo the all clear to start this next race. Good luck to everybody. Again, so we have 13 runners remaining. Palm Tree and American Walrus putting on a great show for us, bowing out at 14th and 15th. Just leaving a top 13 now. So we're again just seeing 4 runners at a time here. As we go, we'll start to show kind of different people each race, or try to incorporate it as much as possible so we can see everybody at least once, to the best of our ability. Okay. And this is going to be great. I think we're going to see a pretty tight race here between all 4 of these folks. I really don't see a clear favorite here to win this out of this group of 4. It'll also be interesting to see how the other racers do off stream as well. Jankmo putting on a great show with that first round, getting an 18-25, popping off in round 1. Hey, we saw that last time with Galaxy though in the last tournament, and she made it. She won like several of the races and advanced really far, but and it seemed like she could have won. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens with Jakemo's momentum here. Will he hold on to that and really take full advantage of that throughout the tournament? Good luck to all the runners here. Squeesfan, I think I could be wrong about this, but I believe Squeesfan is the brother of another Meat Boy runner. I want to say that's right. And Squeesfan's brother, I believe, was Misty, who did a Meat Boy race with Vorpal at one of the GDQs back in 2013. I think that's right. So we have a family of Meat Boy runners in our midst. Pretty exciting. Galaxy is not in this one. She did not sign up. but maybe next time. You never know. We always see people coming out of the woodwork for this tournament, which is very exciting. For instance, we have the frontrunner Silver Snake, an OG from the early times of this game, also participating. So we'll probably be seeing some silver in a couple of races here as well. Yes, Galaxy did phenomenally the first tournament. And looks like we're just missing a couple of folks in the Race Time GG room. Everybody's got to get in here. Let's keep it moving, people. Keep it moving. But hey, thanks so much for tuning in. And thanks so much to twitch.tv/speedgaming for hosting us. It's a very exciting honor to once again be throwing this event on your channel. Quite an honor. This is a very exciting format. It's very fast-paced, and you just get a lot of tournament action in a very short amount of time. I think we're missing one runner at the moment. Okay, we got all 13 runners in. We should be starting momentarily. Everybody had to take a quick stretch break after that first one. Totally understandable. All right, Bree checking the in-game leaderboards, just making sure that the in-game leaderboards in this game are completely busted and it's non-functional, but they're kind of fun to watch. All right, here we go. I think we're getting into it. Oh, Bree teased us for a second. Maybe just checking that she had a clear save there. Bree's gonna take out 12 of the 13 runners. You never know. Surprises do happen with this format. We saw it with Mate last time in October. It happened. Bree could just get the ridiculous Larry RNG and just play her face off and win the whole thing. You never know. Who was out in the first round? We lost American Walrus and Palm Tree games in the first round. Everybody did great though. No runs over 25 minutes, so everybody did very well. That's okay. Girl Ham's here to help manage leaderboards. All right. Oh, no worries at all. And we're off, round 2. Hey, don't sweat it. Fine. Okay, yeah. We'll update as we go.
Alright, I'm gonna just wash my hands, and then it's only been one round?
Just one round.
Oh, 6. Okay.
Yeah, you barely missed anything. And we're off for round 2. All right. Let's take a look at where everybody is here. So here we're going to be seeing some more advanced strats in the second round, so it'll be interesting to see what we see this time that we didn't necessarily see for strats last time. There's some tighter optimizations happening in this bunch. So let's take a look at PBs too. It's important to check in, see where everybody's at currently at the time of this tournament. Jaybug has a PB of 2013. Squeeze with a PB of 1955. Bree has a PB of 1929. Got that dated on the spreadsheet. And then Crew has a 1947. So really, all three of these racers have PBs within 30 seconds of one another. Very, very close. Okay. I'll get standings to you after. Round 1. Because we're doing another.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we'll just do like round 1 and round 2 at once.
Yeah, do you have this?
Oh, wait, yeah, let me get it too. Yep. Okay, 1 second, we're just catching up on leaderboards. So we do have live leaderboards that'll be running on a spreadsheet. I believe if you type exclamation point SMBKO, I think that'll link you to the leaderboard. Okay. Alright, so just had to get those times into leaderboards. Should be all set. Alright, let's get back to the action here. Where's everybody at here? We have Squeesfan and Bree leading the pack. Very neck and neck still, 211. Ghosty, this is the one with the disappearing lock blocks. Very easy level, but you can die at the end if you're too fast on the jump. On the final jump, you actually can die to those lock blocks. They don't disappear in time. Okay, and then we have Jaybug, not too far behind those two. Also trying their hand at 211, the Ghosty level. Anything that can be done about lag? Oh, talk about video lag? I'm not sure what to do with that. Alright, let's see. Then we have Crew not far behind. Just a few seconds behind. Somebody's asking a question about the tournament format. So what's going to happen here is we are going to we're going to be dropping 2 runners per round, these first 3 rounds. Then we're going to be dropping the slowest time for each round after that, until we have a winner. Right now we have a top 13. After this round, we'll have a top 11 for the next race. Okay, and here we go. We see Squeesfan first into Chad and gets Chad skip. So that's the skip I was talking about earlier that saves 5 seconds. Okay. Crew also getting it. And Bree as well. See how Jaybug does. Chad skip is a very costly death. If you mess it up, you lose about 10 to 15 seconds. So very, very important that they all get it. They actually, it looks like they all got it without incident, which is excellent. Bree didn't get it. Oh, rip. Rip. It turns out it's very hard to watch 4 streams at once, by the way. And now everybody's out of hospital. GG's to everybody. Yeah, no major floods it looks like here. I'm going into factory. Okay. You have some conveyor action going on here. Again, these are really tricky levels to adjust to. The movement speed really gets kind of tinkered with here as you face the resistance of the conveyor belts. These tricky levels to get a hang of. Okay. Looking pretty good so far. Let's see if anybody goes for gap skip here. This is 3-7, which Bree's on. Looks like Bree's taking the safe route here. Brew gets the zip and it skips the gap. That is a very impressive strat. It's very frame specific. If you have to time a jump at the very bottom of that conveyor to get flung up like the way that Crew did. That's a very hard skip to execute, and that's actually going to be a big advantage for Crew, now taking a slight lead over Bree for getting that. That's pretty huge. That's pretty huge. That was very well done, very well executed. Okay. And you'll notice Squeesfan screen actually showing that sometimes these runners will play at different levels of detail. Squeesfan looks like they're playing at ultra low detail, which eliminates a lot of the textures just to kind of allow for faster loads. We do use RTA for timing. We don't use any in-game time or time-without loads because the loads are on PC are more or less instant, and there isn't too much variability between loads on machines, because this game again came out in 2010, so most computers can handle it. The difficulty comes when we deal with console loads. So for instance, the Xbox 360 has very long load times, which kind of makes consoles, at least earlier consoles, non-competitive. This game has come out on just about every console under the sun, so I think it's also on PS4. I want to say even maybe PS5 at this point. It's on just an absurd amount of consoles. But PC is the preferred platform. pretty even. Pretty even here. It looks like everybody's getting out of factory. Jaybug not too far behind. Let's see how Jaybug does with 318 skip here, which I mentioned earlier. The last one, Jaybug gets it. So taking that high route there saves 6 seconds over doing the level normally, which is kind of a big skip to get, right? If you fail that, it's very costly. But that is the fastest route, which Jaybug just did. Great to see that in action now. Anybody going for Hex Skip here? Anybody going for Hex Skip memes? Very smart. Hex Skip, the one that Crew, Squeeze, and Bree were all just on, saves about 3 seconds if you dodge that platform. You have a very precise jump, a series of jumps. Okay. Now everybody's in hell. Jaybug, again, not out of it yet. I think out of this group of 4. I think there's still plenty of time for Jaybug to do some catching up here. I think Larry is probably going to be a big deciding factor for this one. Again, can go very well for some runners who are ahead, can go very poorly for some runners, and allow Jaybug to catch up a little bit. Jaybug, good Larry. So definitely, the standings we're seeing now could absolutely change later on as we go. Okay. We're watching Bree right now. Bree's kind of moving through 410. Wow, cruises through those fireballs without issue. Okay, Bree's just a little bit behind Crew and Squeeze right now on these eyeball levels. These ones are tough. These lasers do catch up to you pretty quickly, although they lag behind you a little bit. Crew going for kind of a tight strat here on 414 with the eyeball skip. Very nice. Seeing some auto jump action from Bree there on 413. Just allowing for a fast descent. Again, auto jump is that strat where you input a jump, pause the game, let go of jump, and unpause. It allows me to jump on every frame, which is great for getting up tight corridors really quickly. Okay. Crew on the last level of Hell before the boss. Squeesfan also on the same level. I think just a few seconds separate these 2 runners at the moment as they dodge these maws, these big scary teeth that come flying at you. Alright, now these 2 runners get a break for a second. Squeeze and Crew. This is a nice little respite in the middle of the run. Little Horn. Okay. Another skip that doesn't get mentioned too often in these types of events, but there's another skip called A and S skip. So A allows you to advance to the next level instead of watching the replay. And S allows you to skip back to menu without watching a replay. So those 2 keys on the keyboard are used throughout the run to advance to the next level instead of watching the replay. So you'll see, for instance, Jaybug's doing that right now. That actually adds up quite a bit. So it's kind of it's not a very visually obvious skip, but that thing alone just saves like, I want to say like at least, 5 seconds, maybe more. I forget. It's been a while since I've actually run this game. But A and S skip is a pretty important part of this run, and again, unique to PC. Another pretty big advantage of running this game on the computer. Alright, we have a couple of runners into Rapture, Chapter 5. Again, I didn't talk about these repulsors that Crew and Squeeze are working on right now. This is, again, a game with very funky physics action. A lot of it's very fun and fluid. Some of it is a little bit tough and unintuitive. Repulsors in casual play are very hard to get used to. The gist is that like the closer you get to the repulsors, the farther they fling you out. When there's kind of a weaker field, kind of on the outer ring of the repulsors that has kind of a lighter effect on you. And we have quick hits here from Squeeze and Crew. These levels are tough because you really have to make sure you hit the switches. If you don't hit the switches, you just cannot progress. You have to get the level over. Squeeze doing a pretty tough level here where you have to hit the switch and then grab the key while it's falling. The key just voids out, so if you don't grab the key there in time, you just have to start the level over again. You cannot complete the level. It like is like a designed soft lock, basically. Pretty cursed. But you know, that's kind of Deep Boy level design, just doing its evil thing. Doing some evil stuff there. Ed and Tommy were back in 2010. It is. It's basically, yeah, it's a designed soft lock. You can't beat the level. Yeah. Oh yeah. So there are a couple of route divergences here. So Squeesfan is doing 5-8, which is the autoscroller level. The other runners might be doing the fastest route, which is a little riskier, where you skip 5-8 and just do 5-1 through 5-7 and then 5-9 through 5-18. That does save a couple of seconds, just in terms of level times, right? Because we only have to do the 17 fast level. We can skip any 3 that we want. Rip to the fans of the final levels in each chapter. I don't think we see any 20s in the run. Alright, here we are. We're going into the Lamb 513 next. Let's see how Squeesfan does with this really tough one with the disappearing and reappearing platforms. This is a tough one. Right? This is potentially a big opening for anybody who can get it first try. This is a very infamous choke point. It's killed more of my runs than I can count on 3,000 hands. Know what I mean? Squeeze doing the Chani jump, that's a relatively new approach to doing 514 safely. Pretty cool strat. It actually costs a little bit of time, but it allows for very consistent landing there. Which is tough because you really can't see where you're going on that level on 514. Okay, it looks like Jaybug's stream just froze. We'll see if we can get... Oh, there we go. Maybe catching up a little bit. Crew is the first into Larry, it looks like. If the streams are to be believed at the moment. Oh no, what happened to Jaybug? Jaybug goes into the warp zone on 512, we just learned after that freeze? Oh dear. Oh no, that's tough. Nobody likes to see that warp zone in any percent. It does happen though. Crew's the first out of Larry. Let's see, Bree and Squeeze going into Larry. This will be a great chance to see if anybody gets some good luck here. Squeeze gets a 3 cycle, I think? That's pretty hype. And Bree gets a very good Larry too. I think that was maybe a 3 or a 4 cycle. Wow, great luck from those 2 runners. Right, now we just have the final chapter to reckon with for these 3. Jay, I'm not entirely sure if Jay's stream is like currently like updated because it froze earlier, but you know, as we see it right now, Jay is a little bit behind the others, and I think landing in that warp zone could absolutely throw you as well. Very unfortunate to see the Sunshine Island warp. You do not want to go into any warp zones in this category because it just does not save time. Okay, Crew's playing very smooth. I think got a 21, I want to say, in the first race. This is looking pretty similar. Pretty good performance here from Crew. Then we have Bree and Squeesfan not too far behind. 6-3 is a very tough and very long level. Ooh, Bree taking a death on 6-3, that's going to be very costly for her. Any deaths on the last few levels are likely to be very long and could shake up the standings here. You know, I think the longest one, 6-2, I think is upwards of like 23, 24 seconds on average for most runners. So it's a tough one. This chapter's really tough. Squeesfan taking a very big death at 6-4, allowing Bree to take the lead over Squeeze. Whoa, that was huge, huge opening for Bree. Going into 6-5. Wow. Wow. That's so tough. Oh no, Squeeze. See, oh, look at the sad blood trail the end of 6-4. That's tough. Bree going for Omega. Great. Gets keyless on the first try. And Crew on the button here, just about to wrap up. I think Crew's going to be the first one out of this group of 4. Just has to do the escape sequence, and then we're done. It is a battle for second. It's a very, very close match right now. Although I think Bree might have just clinched it there with that 6-4 death from Squeeze. Very tough. Very heartbreaking stuff. That was probably like a 15 or 16 second death, maybe more. You just don't like to see that, but it does happen. This chapter is really brutal, and at the very end of the run too. It's pretty rough. These levels are all like twice as long as the other ones, so it's kind of the way it is. All right, here we go. Crew's doing escape. Barring any catastrophes here at the end, which can happen. You can miss the... Ooh, wow, going for Leap of Faith. Crew with a swag? Crew goes for a very cool strat there, Leap of Faith, to move through that last Saw Gauntlet. Very, very showy move, very showy move. Good job, Crew. GG's, Crew. Wow, good finish, good finish. That was great. And Bree also finishes. Wow, yeah, it looks like Bree got second out of this group of 4. Squeeze and Jaybug not too far behind. We'll have to check in on the final standings here and see how everybody did, but it looks like Bree and Crew are safe and they're going to be advancing to the top 11 for sure. We'll have to see what happens with Jay and Squeeze. The competition's going to start getting tighter from here on out, so these runners are going to have to turn it on every single race from now on. Great work from Crew and Bree, and that Squeesfan is going to be third to finish out of this group of 4. Jay not too far behind. Not too far behind here. Very well played second round. We saw some very good strats there. The Leap of Faith from Crew was great. We also saw Crew go for Mind the Gap skip on 3-7. That use of the conveyor momentum to go flying over most of the stage. That was very impressive as well. Crew just kind of giving us a small treat there. It was great. GG's. Let's see how Jaybug does here. Let's hope for Deathless Escape as Jaybug wraps up. This was a huge panic moment, yikes. GG's to Jay. GG's, everybody. Alright, let's take a look at check the race time, see who advances. Alright, it looks like actually Jay and Squeeze are going to be advancing. They were able to hold on. And then it looks like these are unofficial results, but it looks like Naudi and Seaman Calzone. This will be their final race of the tournament, but GG's to them. Beetlejuice for the 21:51. That might be a PB for Beetlejuice. That's very fast. Given the time we saw it in the submission. Yeah, so when Beetlejuice submitted to the knockout tournament, their PB was a 23:16, so 21:51 is a big jump. Very well done. Jankmo again leading the pack with an 18:41. Silver Snake, fabled OG runner, the 1914. And Crew, who we saw on stream with a sub 20. Excellent job. 1932. Bree getting a 1957. Killing Pepsi, almost getting a sub 20 there with a 20:05. Great stuff all around. Great stuff. All right, we will be updating leaderboards in a second. I'll be sending those results over to Girlhand, and we will be jumping right into top 11 action, folks. We're just going to keep things moving right along here. We'll see Seaman Calzone also finishing up as well, so we can get a final time from them. Pronounce the X and Crux? No, I'm saying Crew, the first part of Crew's name. He being an attorney, it happens. It happens. PB for Beetlejuice, that was a real PB. That's hype. That's really hype. Awesome. I'm seeing in the race time chat, Squeeze says, I'm emotionally drained after feels. This takes a lot out of you. Props to the runners for doing this. It's very taxing work. We're doing 11 races in 2 days, which is it's intense. That's a lot of speed running. Team Calzone finishes up with a 24:45. The ones I sent you in an email, those are just updated final times for the first round. Yep. And we'll just check to see if there are any changes to final times reflected on race time. Right, and we'll get started with round 3 in just a couple minutes, folks. We're gonna keep things chugging right along here. We'll try to see 4 new runners for this third round here. Berries were pretty good, yeah. I think we saw a 3 cycle from Squeeze and a 4 cycle from Bree, or something to that effect. So very good berries this round. No major disasters. Any percent, no major disasters, NMD. New category. Alright, 4 new runners coming up on stream momentarily. We are readying up the next race right now. Folks are joining the next race type GG race. And we're just going to take a quick stretch break, give everybody a second to recalibrate, then we're going to get back into round 3. Again, so the way that this tournament format works, we have runners to start. We are down to a top 11, and we're going to be ending the day with a 8. So day 2 is going to have our top 8 action. We're going to be eliminating 1 person per race until we have a winner. So 7 races on day 2, 4 races on this first day.